All right, you guys, how are you? Happy Monday. Texted my babysitter. I said, hey, are you available Tuesday? I said, oh my God, it's tomorrow. How about that? All right. Pin, do you see my face? How's it going, you guys? Yay. All right. So excited to see you guys here tonight. I have an amazing topic. Jackie said, what do you want to talk about tonight? I said, whatever happens. You know what I mean? That's how I roll. I don't plan anything until like 5 minutes before. So really quick, you guys, if you can just undo your cameras. I love to be able to see you. Up top, I see Erica Miller. We've got Kira Rogers, her picture. Jetta Bozer. I've never seen him before, Jetta. Hello. Jennifer Carr. We got my girl, Sarah up in Canada. Vanessa, Carmen. All right, you guys, I'm so excited for you tonight. So we're going to talk about something really important to me, equally ironic as well. And how many of you guys feel like one of the main reasons, you know what? I'm going to put on one of my team's Limitless bracelets. I had these bracelets made for my team. I'm in the ER hooked up to a heart monitor. What? Ashley, what is happening? Are you okay? Is it just anxiety? God, that's scary. Okay, well, listen, that's commitment. Gosh, yes, I hope you feel better. I don't want anything to do with hospitals anymore. I had these really cute, you can't see it. They say Limitless on them, bracelets made for our team. I had a reaction. Oh my God. Okay, well, we hope that you feel better. Okay, you guys, so we're going to talk tonight all about time management. Okay. Now I want you guys to just comment below and I want you to tell me if like one of the main things that gets you so like frustrated and worked up about your business is you just feel like you can never get wrap your hands around it. You've got kids. So I want you guys just take a second. I want you to just comment below and I want you to tell me about your crazy life. What do you got? You got kids, you got 5 kids, you got jobs, you guys got a will? You got a will? I have a will. A human will. You got the animals, the school, what you got? 5 kids, husband, a work full-time, 3 babies. Yes. 5 kids, single mom. Yes. Full-time job and pets. Okay. So here's the deal. How many of you guys are like, so before I started this business, the reason why I want you to drop a 1, if you agree, you can't drop a 1 yet because I didn't say. But I want you guys to drop a 1 below. If you were like, literally the reason why I chose this business is because in a world where I need extra money, doing it from my phone is honestly the best case scenario. Because how else am I supposed to like have a part-time job when I have we got like a Will. You guys got a Bella and Chip. You got a Levi, Lennox, and Lucy. You're like, when do I brush my teeth? On Tuesdays. That's when I remember. Whenever 5 p.m. I've had those days. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys some of my tips. And of course I didn't bring my planner in here, but that's fine. I'm going to give you guys some hard tips, some hard training tonight. I want you guys to know that I have spent like just a lot of money on coaches developing myself. I'm someone that walks the earth with ADHD. And so I am like overstimulated at all times. That's why if anybody ever sees me, I was really fine with like 1, maybe 2 kids, but 3 like completely draws the line. And I like can't, my brain already has 5 things going at one time at all times. So in my outer thing, it's my son. I'm on Zoom. Are you okay?
We're like 5, 10 minutes, 6 minutes away.
Okay. Well, when you get here, just make sure you're quiet. Lucy's in the living room. Okay. Tell Daddy that.
Dad, Lucy's in the living room.
She's watching her iPad. So if he could like put her away. All right. I gotta go though. I love you.
Okay. Love you.
Bye. Okay. She's like a dog. So stupid. It's fine. I'm like sweating. Boob sweat now. It's fine. Anyways, like whatever. So I've spent a lot of money on coaches to becoming a very, very like high functioning person. I want you guys to know, I want like first thing that I want you guys to know is I will not be able to tell you anything that's going to sprinkle magic on your life. That's all of a sudden going to make you grow wings and just become this like incredible, like Instagram blogger, white couch, whatever. But what I am going to tell you is that your house can look like this. And you can be really, really successful being how you are. Now, I know that there's going to be, you know, some people who are like, oh my God, I could never, my brain, I wouldn't be able to function. My brain can't do 100 things. Like my brain can't do it. I'm not created to do those things. And as a busy mom of 3, there's things in my life that I've had to choose right now in my life, what's most important. And we'll go over that as well. Okay. So you guys are probably going to want something to write with. If you guys want to, like, if I talk about something, give me some emojis, like show me when you're really feeling something that I'm talking about that means something to you. So that way I know if I need to go deeper, ask a lot of questions. And then we're just going to like hop right into it. Okay. Jennifer's putting her hair up. She's like, I need this in my life. Let's go. Okay. So number one, I want you guys to know that I personally have never been an organized person in my whole entire life. Okay. I remember when I first started my business and I was enrolling people, but it was on like a whim. Like my follow-up Friday consisted of me just going down my friends list and like following up with random people. And then all of a sudden I'd be like, oh my God, I forgot her. And I forgot about her and her and her and her and her and her. And I kept forgetting about people. And I never had any sort of system of organization. I have blood sweat right now. Oh my God. I'm going to grab my planner so that way I can give you guys like better visual aids. I've just never been a planner person. And this girl named Amanda, her and I both started at the exact same time. She completely changed my life when she told me that she organizes all of her potentials with a planner. And I just was like, like that just sounds miserable. And it was October. I'd already been in my business for a year. And it was like the longest October of my life because I would have to sit there and every single person that I talked to, I would write their names down. And it took me 1 month. It felt like my skin was going to peel right off of my body. But I have to tell you that that was the moment that completely changed my life because I'm going to tell you 2 things. Number one, there's that saying that says, if you don't plan to win, then you plan to fail. And for me, that is utmost true in my life because I can't control any other living thing in this house other than myself. So that means, and this is what I'm going to tell you too, this is not, this will change your life, but it's not going to change the stresses that are outside of your body. What it's going to do is it's going to armor you to be able to control all of the stressors that you have yourself that you can control. So you can go out into the world, you can be a wife, you can be a partner, you can be a mom, you can be whatever you call someone who works at a job, employee. You can be an employee, you can be a dog mom, you can be a daughter, you can do all the student, you can do all the things. And feel like you can carry it the best that you can feel it. And that is what allows me to go to bed at night and not feel stress. I've been doing this business for 9 years. How many of you guys, truthfully, you feel stressed? You're like, God, I get so frustrated at my kids. They're driving me nuts. I'm like sitting here, I'm trying to do things. They're not letting me. And then my husband comes home and then I feel like I have to stop everything that I'm doing or else he's going to, complain to me because he'll like walk in the door and be like, oh, what did you do today? You didn't do anything. You just sat on your phone. And you know what I mean? Like I've been there and I've done that, but I want to tell you something. If you're planning on being in this business for the rest of your life, which I hope you are, this industry, network marketing, I get paid exactly how I did the salon. That's how I get paid with this business, but I get to do it in my Little Mermaid shirt that has cherry juice on it from cutting cherries for my kids. And I get to be here and raise my family and be a mom to them in the way that my mom was just not able to be for me because she had me in 89 when she was 18 years old and she was a single mom and the world was just not cut out for the single moms. Okay. And so, and actually, I think my mom's going to be joining my business this month. It only took 9 years. But anyways, I'm really excited. Okay. So I want you guys to know that that's what this is for. It's to arm you. It's to equip you. It doesn't mean anything's going to get easier. It's just going to make things run smoother. I want to take anxiety away and just make things feel like not even stressful. I want you guys to start looking at stress as in like, am I actually going to like cry or am I just sweating? Because there's a really big difference between like truly though, we want to have this, it's called emotional intelligence, where you get to look at your surroundings, have an out of body experience and realize that the stuff that's going on in my life, I'm actually not stressed out. I don't have anxiety. I'm not going to be eaten by a bear when I message Susan about the wraps after she commented on my post, right? You are just stressed. Like hold on. Hi, love you. Give me a kiss. You okay? You look really tired. Do you need stuff? Give me a kiss. Okay, felt chip out. Felt chip out. I missed you.
My legs hurt so bad.
Okay, go. Love you. Go. Okay, stop twerking. Shut the door, please. Shut the door.
Oh, I got my green mojo from Lily.
Shut the door. Good job. Shut the Okay. Gotta love. He's 10. If I have any of you guys been around since I was literally like breastfeeding him on my videos that I did, it's crazy. Okay. But anyway, so that's what this whole thing is for. Okay. So just so you guys know, organization isn't a fad. It allows you not to have to think. These are notes that I made. I'm not reading from someone's stuff. I wrote, organization is not a fad. It allows you to not have to think about things so you can go through your normal day feeling like you can accomplish the things that you need to do. Okay. So we talked about what happens when you're okay. So what happens when you're overwhelmed? All right. What do we have to do every day, you guys? He was twerking. My mom called me one day because apparently Levi FaceTimed her. She was crying. I said, what's wrong? She goes, Jade, your son just showed me how he can twerk. And I think he showed me how he can twerk in 8 different positions. And I will just never look at him the same. And I felt so bad because then he showed me and it was like really horrifying. But anyways, you can't see it, but I have a little list here. This is actually what I send to my new distributors that get started so they can kind of see what they need to do every single day. I'm going to read it to you guys so you guys can take notes. But the main thing here, okay, is that you guys want to work smarter, not harder. When I talk to, how many of you guys were ever a distributor once upon a time and maybe you got started again? I would love to see how many of you guys, because we have more people getting restarted in this business now than we have ever had. And I think that it's a few different things. Number one, it could be just the timing of the person's life. It could be maybe the training and support. Like I'm not going to dog someone else's, uplines and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, I didn't have an upline, right? And I was still able to make it. But I think that now is the most beautiful time to get started in this business because of the innovation that we're having. We have, oh my God, like you guys don't even know. You don't even know the new products that are coming, the direction that we're going, the leadership that we're having. We are like completely blowing up as like a global entity, which we have been global, but like, it's so different, you guys. Like, I feel like we're going from this like mom and pop, like cafe, hole in the wall kind of cafe type thing into this like crazy global like enterprise. I'm so excited for it. Okay. Okay. What happens when you feel, okay. So what happens when you feel when you're overwhelmed? Sorry, I took notes for this exact reason because I knew I was going to be distracted. Levi and Will have been gone since Thursday. When we're overwhelmed, what do? We implode. How many of you guys have imploded? You were like, I was supposed to post today and do TikToks. I had the best intentions. I was going to go live and I was going to do this and I was going to do that. And instead, I watched a full season of Grey's Anatomy and it was a great season. Lots of people died. We all have done that. Okay. So again, this goes back down to your planning. Okay. You're planning. Yeah. You clean the bathroom. All of a sudden you clean that closet that you have not touched in 9 years, but today is the day that you needed to clean it. Chip out. Okay. Great. So hopefully you guys understand that I definitely know what you guys are talking, what we're talking about. Okay. Number one, if you guys have not purchased this book, this is by Ed Milet. It's called The Power of One More. It is so freaking good. Okay. And in here, Ed Milet has talked about something that has like completely transformed my productivity. So when you're not feeling like you're getting a lot of stuff done, what you're actually not having is a form of productivity. And productivity is just the rate to which you get things done and how much you get done in what amount of time. So if you guys ever need like specific help, because this is the kind of person I am. I don't need a leader, and I don't need to have someone there telling me what to do, because I'm a problem solver and I want you guys to be a problem solver. I want you to say to yourself, what are the things that make me so self-conscious in my business? This is you taking ownership of your success, because success doesn't just happen to you. It's something that you choose to do. How do I do that? I'm like, I suck at taking pictures. How do I take pictures? I'm like really terrible at productivity. How can I be better at productivity? And I look it up on YouTube because it's free. So anything that you guys feel like you want to know how to make a TikTok, you want to know how to make really cute videos of like coffee. I don't care what it is. You want to know how to bake a loaf of bread. You need to like take initiative, take control over your business and learn how to do these things, but don't spend too much time on trying to fix stuff that doesn't actually matter. Okay. If I sat here and I was like, how do I be a super crispy, clean mom with like just everything, like I want to be perfect, that's going to be a waste of time, because I just like chemically cannot do that for my soul. But what I can do is learn how to be productive in like short amount of time, right? Does that make sense? I'm shy with that too. I'm shy when I go live. I don't know if you guys like, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. Go to my Instagram and go to my reels. And my reel from yesterday, I literally recorded a small little video of my very first live. I don't even know if we had live. So I think I literally just like recorded a video and then posted it to Facebook because there wasn't live, of my very first one. And do you know what my video was of? You guys, everybody could see my crooked nose. Hey guys, it's Jade. I just have everybody asking me about how I went executive in my business. And so I just thought I would tell you how I went executive. And you know what? Nobody asked me how I could go executive. Nobody. But when you act like, you want to know what laundry soap my grandma buys? The one that's almost sold out, because she thinks everybody wants it. Does anybody else have a grandma like that? She normally uses Tide, but damn, if all of the Gain is almost gone for the new one, she's going to buy that one. Everybody wants that one thing that everybody else is doing, right? No one wants to dance at prom or at a wedding until there's that one person that gives someone else permission. And so that's the secret to lives. It's sucking it up, embracing being really terrible at it. And guess what? 100 lives in, you're going to be damn good. People ask me all the time, how do you do what you do? I'm just talking with a friend. It's no big deal. Okay. So in this book, Ed Milet talked about something that just like slayed my day. He talked about having a 21-day work week. And I was like, holy hell, I would love to basically have 1 month in a week. How many of you guys would love to have 21 days in a week? How do you do that? Are we not sleeping? Like, what does that mean? I don't know how to do it, but I need it. Okay. Here's the coolest thing. This is not about, and I'm going to give you guys some stats. I want you to write this down, and you might have to do some thinking about what this might look like for you. But I'm going to tell you something. When I started implementing this, I got more done. I spent more time with my kids. I spent more time with my husband. My house was cleaner than it had ever been. And I slept so damn good. Does that sound like something that we all really want and need in our lives? Yes? Yes. Okay. So the 21-day work week is basically creating 3 days in 1 day of time. And this is basically what Ed said. He said, when most people's brains like reset, they're like, oh, it's nighttime and I wake up in the morning and it's a new day. And we're always waiting for a new day. How many of you guys are like, I'm always waiting for a new day? Or I screwed up by Wednesday. And so I'm just waiting for Sunday to come so I could rock Monday. Like we're always waiting for this mental reset, right? Because we're already getting frustrated and you have to grow. Okay. You have to grow. You can hear Lucy crying. Dad's putting her to bed. Okay. So this is how that 3 day. So we're going to talk about a 3-day day first. Okay. So breaking up each day into 3 days, it looks like this. It goes from 6 a.m. to noon. Okay. That's day 1. Day 2 is noon to 6 p.m. And then day 3 is 6 p.m. to midnight. Okay. And so what you're going to do is, what if from 6 a.m. to noon, that was 1 day. So you're basically going to compress 1 day's worth of stuff, 1 day's worth of work into that period of time. Okay. Then you're going to do it again from noon until 6. And then again from 6 until midnight. And I want to explain to you guys what this looked like for me. Okay. So obviously I have children. I'm like, there's organizing that has to happen, but this is what happened. I woke up earlier than I had been getting up. So I got up earlier and I was so freaking intentional with what I needed to do that the kids' stuff was done right away. I was dressed. I put makeup on and a bra. That's a big deal. Okay. We got out the door. I was listening to podcasts while I was driving. I was using my time like just so smart, because I knew that I had to come home after I dropped everybody off and did all that kind of stuff. And I had stuff to do and I had to get it done by noon. Because then when noon comes, I have to leave to go get my kids at 2:30 to start that whole process again, be home by 4:30, do the whole feeding and the craziness and whatever, and put them to bed. So obviously there's some like overlapping of stuff like that, but I'm going to, and listen, don't get me wrong. You will never hear me say that I am a part of the 5 a.m. club. I would rather wax my bikini line than get up at 5 a.m. Like I am not created to wake up when it is still dark. That there's nothing that I like, dude, like it's the worst. Okay. But naturally I have my alarm set at 6:30. So I just like lay there and just like hope that 7 o'clock alarm goes off and like I push it. Does anybody else like a snoozer? I'm a snooze girl. I have 3 alarms so that way I can like, tell like how much I need to snooze. Okay. But when I'm looking at my day like this, I was so much more intentional. Okay. When I picked my kids up, I plugged my phone into charge. I was so much more intentional about spending time with them, which I've gotten really good about that. I think once upon a time, there was a time where it was this constant battle, this like tug of war of me working my business, spending time with my kids. But dude, I slayed my business so hard during my first day that when my second day came and I had like a little bit of time to like get some more work done until I had to leave and I was finishing up a book, dude, I can listen to a book in like 2.5 days. All of a sudden now I'm reading or going through 3 books a week when I wasn't even finishing a book once. And you have to grow. I think when I started my business, there were not people out there, or maybe I just didn't know. Okay, let me just be honest with you. My grandparents raised me because my mom had me when she was so young. She was kind of irresponsible / like she was just working a million jobs and I was just with them. Okay, due to whatever the circumstances were. And I remember we would watch Oprah. Did anybody watch Oprah when they were growing up, or it'd be like playing? And Oprah would be like, "It's Oprah's book club. We have a secret. We're going to be going through the secret." And I remember my grandma just talking so much shit about like these books, this self-help and like shrinks and like therapy, and so stupid. And like, it was just so taboo and wrong or whatever. And I think it's definitely like a generational thing that I never knew that there were resources to unsuck yourself. You hear that now about like healing generational trauma and stuff like that. I'm going to tell you that most likely, unless you come from lineage of entrepreneurs, of people who, entrepreneur means willing to take risk. Entrepreneur does not mean starts a business. Entrepreneur just means willing to take risk when everybody else is not. So unless you come from a lineage of people who are willing to take risks, chances are that as soon as you start doing something risky, AKA starting a business, they're not really going to be super supportive about it. So what do? I literally talk to nobody, and I listen to books and I listen to podcasts of people telling me that I can do it because I don't have anybody else. And eventually you guys are going to get connected to people in this business. You're going to find the most incredible human beings that when you're literally like, I don't think I can do this anymore, they're going to be like, shut up, go eat something, take a poop, and come back because you've got this. And those are the kind of people that you want in your life. That's what I have. If I would not have had Jackie and Katie in my life with this business, during this year, with what happened with Lennox, I wanted to dig my head into a hole. There was Zooms where I couldn't even like hardly talk. They were speaking and I was like, God, they're so well spoken. I don't even know if I can like form sentences at this point. I'm just like, thank God people know that I'm like, okay. And that I have things to say. Okay. But I'm just saying, you guys, you definitely need those people in your life. Okay. So now what was crazy, what happened on my second day, I got hella work done in 2 hours. I got my kids, they were fed, they were clothed, they went to bed. I read stories. I was reading Disney books. I put them to bed and then I cleaned and I did this and I did that. And I maybe wrote down a couple things that I needed to do for tomorrow. And then I went and I laid in bed and I watched Grey's Anatomy with Will, because that man is addicted. I don't care what he said. He stayed at my mom's house this weekend in Illinois. My mom goes, we watched Grey's Anatomy together. And I was like, that was something you never thought you would say in your whole life, but here we are. And I got more done. Your success in this business is about you working smarter, not harder. And this is a man that has made over $100 million. And all he's saying is he's able to squeeze 3 days into 1 day. He goes, while everybody else is resetting, waiting for the nighttime to reset for tomorrow, because they pretty much given up midway through the day. I'm so intentional with 6 hours, you don't even know. And he goes, he said, I love this so much. He goes, I'm not a psycho. The third day of my day, so basically 6 p.m. and on, he goes, I light a cigar, I respond to some emails, I do some stuff, and then I go and I like hang out with my wife. And that's exactly what I started to do. And I'm like, holy cow, because normally by like 9, after I get the kids in bed and do all that stuff and just kind of slug along, I'm so discouraged because I didn't get stuff done. I'm thinking of all the stuff that I should have done today that I didn't do, that I'm going to have to do tomorrow. And all of a sudden I'm supposed to make up 24 hours tomorrow. You can't. Once you're behind, you're always behind. You can't make up for last week today because you can't get last week back. You see what I'm saying? I think we all have been there. So I want you guys to start thinking like this. Where's Courtney Van Auken's team? Courtney Van Auken had a leadership retreat. And this is what I told those girls. I said, the reason why 99% of the world lives, mediocre or less, and only 1%, you guys know that the top 1% of the United States makes only $430,000 a year plus. The top freaking 1%. I was like, are you effing kidding me? I became the top 1% of the United States of America my second year in this business. I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. Because $430,000, I know that's like a lot. Hi. I'm just trying to get laid. I can't eat that. You can't. Does anybody live in Illinois? He just brought me some apple cider donuts. Love you. I can't eat and talk. I would. If it was just me and one of you guys, I would totally be eating and talking, but I can't. But anyways, so I told them what you got to do. The secret is to just be willing to do what 99% of the world will not do. 99% of the world, when things get hard, I think everybody kind of has a level of toughness. How many of you guys have been through hard things? I think every single one of you guys have been through hard things. You've chosen, I think most of us are women. So as a mom, I've said no to food so my family can have food. I figured out clever ways to save money. I was willing to make homemade laundry soap and wash my clothes in the bathtub. I was willing to say no to people trying to help me because of my pride, right? I've gone without heat and just like bundle. I mean, like I've been through really like sad. They were like such pathetic. I just felt so pathetic. And the reason why I felt that way is because I felt like that's what I was worthy of, you know? And I think eventually we start to just accept that this is my life. And I truly believe that that's what 99% of the world does. Because even in this business, I've seen people who've reached ambassador quit. People say, how does that happen? How can they do that? Because every single person has this breaking point where they had this suck it up, hustle through it, screw the emotions. I was that person. If you guys watched any of my trainings from 5 years ago, and I do think that sometimes there's a level of like, suck it up, like, cause we all know when we're being just crybabies about stuff because we're like, I'm uncomfortable. That's different than like literally inside you. There's like your inner child, the little 7-year-old you is like freaking out and like scared, right? And is triggered. It's so different. There's going to be a point where every single one of us has to be willing to grow. I was okay until I hit ambassador, and then I had major like imposter syndrome. I was like, it's like I just had my head down for so long and all of a sudden I got a millionaire's trophy and I was like, oh my God, I am not like, I don't look like a millionaire. I don't act like a millionaire. I have blue hair. I don't drive a really nice millionaire kind of looking car. I don't even have my nails done. My house is a mess. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like it was insane. And then all of a sudden at the same time, it was like all the confirmation that I needed in the world to just start to retreat back into what was comfortable. People were like, you're telling people to message people on social media. That's wrong. Stop teaching my team how to do those things. So I was having confirmation. It was insane. How many of you guys, when you need confirmation that you are the biggest piece of shit in the whole entire world, you will find it. And if you don't find it, you know who to ask. We all know who to ask. If I want to know how big of a piece of crap I am, I know exactly who to call, right? You guys know who to call when you're feeling sorry for yourself. It's that one person who'll be like, oh my God. Oh, God. Oh. Rest. Like, which rest is good. Girls, like, you need sleep, please, for the love of all things. I slept 2 hours every night for like 3 years with my business, and my hair started to fall out. That's not an it works problem. That is a Jade not knowing how to work smarter, not harder, and take care of herself issue. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Exactly. Who do you call? The Ghostbusters. Right. Okay. So let's continue on to this. So honestly, you guys, I wish that there was more to it. I'm like, why do you got to be such a man about this, Ed? Because I'm looking for like a whole book about the 3-day day, a whole book about it. And it is literally one paragraph. I'm like, this is BS. I went on YouTube. I started to search podcasts looking for him to like explain more into this. And there is no more complicatedness other than 6 to noon, noon to 6, 6 to midnight. Use your time wisely. Okay. The other part of this, if you guys want to make this win as much as possible, I need you to look at your own personal life, and I need you to look at your business life. Okay. Because we have two things. We have business and personal. How many of you guys have said to somebody, I just need to find balance? That's not a real thing. How can you possibly, like, how can I weigh? Of course, my children are more important. My husband is more important than anything. But I have to feed them. I need dollars to feed them. They're the most. But if I can't keep them alive, then it's like, you know what I mean? So I don't want there to be balance. I want things to run parallel. And if you guys don't remember, what is that? Geometry, mathematics. Parallel is just two things that run together. They never touch. They never cross. They are always working with the ebbs and flow. That works so well because if my kids get sick, everything kind of just starts to shift. If everybody's good, everything starts to shift back up. Does that make sense? So it's not about a balance. It's about how do I make these things flow and work best together, the best possible. I saw this, is it commencement speech or what is it called? When like someone does like a talk at a college or whatever, I wouldn't know, I didn't graduate from college. Okay. There was a woman who she's a mom, a wife, a business person. I think she's also an actor. And there was like something else. And she goes, people ask me all the time how I do it all, which I want to know why. No one asks men how they do it all. And I do think that there's some like total BS, like weird thing happening there, but no one asks my husband how he does it all. And everybody asks me how I do it all. And she said it so perfectly. She said, I would be lying if I told you guys some secret on how to do it all. She goes, because to be truthful with you, if I'm working on my TV show, I'm failing as a mom. And if I'm with my kids, I'm not working my business. And if I'm working my business, I'm not with my husband. There's always like some sort of compartmentalize. And that's why, you guys, you will see my house being a mess, because I have just chose to accept that right now in my life, and if you don't work like this is fine. I'm not telling you have to work like this. It's okay. But whatever this means for you, I have chosen to live in peace with how my family functions, how I function at the highest form, and what that means for me. Okay. Because I literally could be cleaning 24/7. How am I going to work my business? Some of you guys are trying to be like perfect human beings. I'm not telling you what to do. Okay. But I'm just saying, for instance, if I was just trying to do that and my house was pristine, I'm going to feel like a failure in my business. I'm going to feel like a failure with everything else. And my husband's going to come home and I'm going to have so much animosity and resentment against him, because I'm going to be like, where are you? I'm doing this. And then all of a sudden my life becomes a dick measuring contest of like, who's doing the most? And my husband's like, well, I'm working and you're not, and you're here and you're there and you're and so I stopped that. And that's part of how I completely healed my marriage. So like just a snapshot into my day in my life. Will does him, Jade does her. We do the best that we can. I feel like I should be singing a Barney song. This should be on Barney. And we just are like good. And then we have a date night and we're just good. It's crazy. And I don't try to make him feel bad for things that he can't do because I feel bad. And I'm not making him feel bad for things that he can't do because I feel bad. Does that make sense? It'll change everything. So if you guys are having any of this with like your business and your marriage, just make them feel important. And I know it sounds weird, but like at one point I just like didn't care what Will was doing, whatever. I was like, I've got kids and I've got this, and I'm just trying to like change our family's life and everything's crazy and I'm not enough. And instead of doing that, I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna just be a bomb mom, man. I'm just gonna be a really good mom. And I'm going to do my damn best. And like, I'll do the dishes once a day or something. And I'll like clean the clothes, but I don't put them away. And because this is what functions best. And like my peace is like the ultimate thing that you can have. Peace. It's very, very peaceful around here. So if you guys feel like there's a struggle with your relationship, one night. Okay. Okay, yes, this is a big thing too. Again, kind of going back to, I feel like there's just been evolution and growth over time, on top of the fact that social media has just grown and changed so much. If you were with me back in 2013, 14, 15, 16, I would be telling you we work all the time, always, no matter what. I will tell you to like F everything if it doesn't have BV in it, just like don't do it. But we were also selling fat fighters and only fat fighters. Like there's just been a lot of things that have evolved. Okay. So I'm gonna teach you guys some other tips here. You guys are gonna want to write them down because I'm gonna like lightning round them. And if we want to go and dive into them more, you guys will just have to message me on Instagram and like let me know. But I want you to know that being so specific with your time, you guys, like, I know that there's people who are like, boo with hustle culture. I don't want you to, don't attach yourself to that. Cause you're like, what am I doing? Am I working? Am I not? Am I in the flow? Am I not working? Like, am I a nomad? Am I selling my home and living in an RV? What am I doing? You're not listening to everybody else. That's what you're doing. Like, stop basing what you're supposed to be doing with like your daily compass based upon what like someone else on social media tells you to do. Okay. Our life is like not a trend. My Instagram is the Jade Hooper. Okay. How was that emoji? All right. So it does not mean that you are a crazy person in hustling. It just means that you're very specific with your time. I just said that. I'm going to teach you guys the art of working smarter, not harder. Number one. Okay. Are you ready? Fire round. Number one, when it comes to social media, this should be your daily content flow. This is mine. This is working smarter, not harder. Okay. It's called cross posting. What you put in one place, you're going to put in another to maximize exposure. Okay. You should be on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You should be on all of them because what you put on one, you just slap on the other. I don't care if it sucks. I don't care. Do it. Because I'm going to tell you something. I have a really amazing human being on our team who is like older, and she told me that she can't do this because she's older. And then we have Lisa. Is Lisa on? And Lisa, I'm not calling you old, but I'm just saying, it's not like you're not 20, right? That's obvious. Lisa's got over 18,000 followers on here and she's doing her thing. She's killing it. For every single reason why you don't think you can, there is someone doing it for that exact same reason. They're telling themselves they can. So figure out a way that you can. Okay. So your posts should go on Facebook and on Instagram. And I don't know if you guys have this or not. I have chills because I'm like so happy. My Facebook just updated to where I can schedule my posts on Facebook using the Facebook app. Who has that? Oh my God, I'm so excited because I love scheduling my content. I love that. And I'll try to like go into that too. If you guys can stay with me, don't hop off because I'm going to try to give you all of my little secrets. Okay. So what you put on Facebook, also put it on Instagram. The only difference with Instagram is I try to make things slightly more interesting by taking like a statement of what I post and like putting it somehow in word form on my page. Does that make sense? So here's my post from today. This is Instagram. I posted this exact same thing on Facebook, just without this. This just literally has like a smidgy of what I had wrote. And I also do a carousel. It's literally Jade's post with words, Jade's post with no words. I tag every company that has some sort of something in my mess that's behind me. And I use hashtags. That's my Instagram strategy. Okay. So there's that. It just makes things more interesting and it just keeps people on the app a little bit more when they're like swiping through. Okay. So whatever you post on Facebook, put it on Instagram. Whatever you post on Instagram, put it on Facebook. For your stories, you should connect your Instagram to your Facebook stories and use Instagram stories to record everything. Facebook stories is the most pathetic thing on this earth. It is horrible. Don't use it. Just use Instagram. Okay. With your stories, you should do a product post in the morning. Make a product. How many of you guys are doing my product challenge, my results challenge? You guys, every single day, whatever your bundle is, you should be just showing you being a normal human being, using and taking your products. No one necessarily cares about your results. It's about how you feel. How do you feel? Focused, more energy. Your skin is glowing. All of a sudden, when you were not dancing before and now you're dancing because you're using the products and you're feeling so good about who you are, that's what's going to sell a product, right? That's what's going to sell the product. So in the stories, you're going to make and use the product, show your normal life, talk into your phone like you're FaceTiming with a friend all day long, share stuff that you're buying, share stuff that you're using. Just you're keeping things interesting. Just be active through the day. Normally I use a product in the morning and then I talk about my business at noon is like what I end up doing. Be really, really sure. What are you doing? You're supposed to be in bed. Letting you go where? Were you in bed or were you in daddy's bed? Daddy wasn't letting you go. Is daddy in your bed? Did daddy fall asleep in your bed? Is daddy in my bed? Oh, well, dude, you gotta go to bed. I don't know what to tell you. You gotta go to school tomorrow. Okay, just shh, because I won't be able to listen. Okay, so when it comes to TikToks and just sit there, just relax and sit there. With TikTok, whatever you post on TikTok, shh, no, we can't, because I gotta like wrap it up. We just can't, we can't focus. I love you. Whatever you post on TikTok, you guys put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram. I said this before. I think you guys follow trends. I want to tell if anybody feels like TikTok or Instagram is not working for them, I'm going to guarantee you the reason is because you're not following trends. I had this conversation with someone and they're like, I'm doing all the things, I'm making all these videos. None of them are working for me. My stuff's not blowing up like everybody else. And I literally went to her page and I screenshotted this video and I was like, what is this is not the thing. If you guys want to use trends, use like funny videos, shocking videos, cooking tips, and duet things, like where you're doing the side by side and you're doing the reactions. Those very, very simple things take off for me so much, and they do really, really well on Facebook as well. But those things are just filler things, but that helps me ride the trends. Don't like sometimes when we make up our own version of the thing that we're being told to do, it's not going to work. And I want you guys to think of it this way. If you were talking to someone and you were telling them how to bake a cake, okay, and you said you need flour and you need sugar and you need this and you need that. What if they were like, well, could I use milk instead of water? And you'd be like, well, I mean, you can, but that's not what I said to do. And it's not going to be the same, right? If you told them to put everything into like a KitchenAid mixer so it can mix really, really fast. Well, what if they say to you, well, can I just use a fork and try to go like as fast as I can? You'll be like, well, I mean, you can, but it's not going to whip the same. It's not going to turn out the same. Do you see what I'm saying? So follow the trends. Chances are that you're already seeing the stuff that's working so well. Ride the trends, whether it's trending sounds, whatever, because you're going to see what people want to see. On Facebook, people love recipes. They love like tips. They love shocking things. They love funny things. Like that's what boosts my Facebook algorithm for my reels. Nothing really to do with the business, but all of those people now who are following me from like stupid, funny videos, they're commenting on my posts. Does that make sense? So a lot like you guys, I know it sounds weird. So like you're telling me to not post about this business to be able to find people about the business. Yes, because when I make an Instagram reel that's super funny about me being late to school, now I have tons of moms now who are following me, who are watching my stories and my content. Does that make sense? I know it sounds like, for me, it sounds like common sense when I'm saying it, but sometimes it doesn't click until we hear it. Okay. And then try to do about 5 posts a day on Facebook to keep things going. Okay. On Facebook, I basically do one core post. I do it on Facebook and Instagram. And at noon every single day, but Wednesday, I do like a product host a post that I would give for someone else. I do that on my own wall. And on Wednesdays, I do giveaway ones. Don't ask why. It's just how the cookie crumbles. Okay. So, what else? Oh, going live on Instagram. So I want to teach you guys something, and I like mean to make this for you guys. I guess you guys could just do this yourself, but I go on Pinterest and I just find blank calendars and I print them out and I just kind of like plan out like what I'm doing for my life. Okay. I'm not super exact. Other people have binders. I don't. I have a crumpled up piece of paper and this is how my life works. But this is how I do it. Okay. So I wrote down on Mondays the things that I'm going to talk about. So I'm going live just talking about mindset and stuff that's like important to me, stuff that I'm learning, talking about my story. On Tuesdays, doing a live get ready with me where I'm just doing things and interacting with people just to kind of like build my community. On Wednesdays, I'm going live answering business questions, or maybe I'm making a reel. You got, how many of you guys on our team page last month, you were doing a lot more lives or a lot more very specific reels than you've ever done with your business. Well, there's 6 different, I don't have the freaking list in front of me. Do I? I don't have the list in front of me. I think it's in Sheree's text message. Hold on. I want to go over these really quick. So if you guys have these 6 specific lives on your Instagram, specifically Instagram, because you're just helping work with that algorithm, you're going to be able to also work smarter, not harder. Okay, hold on. Let me find the list. Why am I so sweaty? Where is it at? Here it is. Oh, that's not it. Nope. Okay, so here's some of them. Sorry, guys. A video of your why you got started. Try to keep them 20 minutes and less. Okay. Number 2, a product pack unboxing. Just like I was telling you guys right now, you have your product pack, you're sharing your results. Sarah, you're freaking killing it with your content the last couple of days, by the way. You're just killing it. Like so good. You're talking about gut health. Gut health is like keywords rather than talking about weight loss. Just talk about gut health because all of our products do have probiotics, really, really good enzymes, vitamins and minerals that are so good for your gut health. So you're doing a really good job on that. But do a product unboxing. Talk about how you're using the products. You can talk about how you make it. You guys can talk about loyal customer perks. I wouldn't do that yet. I would wait until next month because our loyal customer program is changing. And so for me, it just wouldn't, it's not going to be as cool until next month. And I'll show you guys how to do that. Perks of being a distributor. Okay. What do you have on the table? You guys should be talking about literally the world's #1 fast start program for someone to come in. And while they're building their residual income, having a bonus program that is going, people, if I would have had that when I got started, holy crap. For people who want to make, stop trying to glamorize this business and act like it's not hard work, and instead show you working at night with your kids jumping on your back. Instead, start showing why you are working so hard and what you're passionate about, that you're sweating and that it's worth it, and the things that you are accomplishing, because you want to know the kind of people you're going to bring into your business, the ones that are willing to do the exact same thing. And you are going to find people who will come into this business and slay. I think that there's a little bit of this weird culture where we're just trying to be influencers, and we are, but we're not. We're not putting on cute, weird clothes from a boutique on Amazon and just trying to show it, look cute, and then posted a crappy affiliate link that we're going to make 5% or less on. That's not what we're doing. We have lifestyle products that pay 45%, 53%, depending on how you're building your team and all those things. Act like it. If you act like it, you are going to find people who want this in their life. Okay. How and why to use one of our products. What's your #1 major main product? How do you make it? Why do you love it? Why does this specifically help you so much? What is your wellness regimen? So maybe you're just kind of doing an unboxing. I actually kept, I don't know what this is from. This is part of my plan. I have a lot of plans, but I kept this box that came from something like an influencer or something, but I'm going to put our products in here and do an unboxing of the business builder kit. Maybe you're going to do an unboxing of the business builder kit. If you have the coffee and the gummies, depending on which country you live in, you can go and go over that. Okay. And then I talked about Smart Start Explained. So these are just some of the ones that you guys can do. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones. Saray had made, oh, here. Your why, product unboxing, loyal customer perks, distributor perks, how and why weight loss treatment, how to make a product, your wellness regimen, 5 must-have products. Sideline interview, doing a duo live. How many of you guys last month went live with another person and you guys both shared your story? Those are powerful. I would try to do 2 a month at least. Do them every week, even better. Do them twice a week, best, okay? 20 minutes or less. Who you are, where you were before you got started, why you got started with this business, what you believe that it's going to do for you, and where you're going. You can talk about the things that you've accomplished. Pick like 5 things to try to stay on track. So here's the key thing, especially on Instagram. You guys, you can, I don't know if you realize it. And the cool thing is you can do a live, and then if you can do a condensed version and do it a reel. So do a reel right after it. You're showing your 3-pack wellness regimen. You just went live and you kind of did a longer version. Now do a super short version that's like, bam, this is what I use. Bam, this is what I use. Bam, this is what I use, with like a little bloop of like what it does for you and maybe like a before and after. If you guys don't know this, you can take your reel, you can take your live and just share it right into your story. So now if it's the middle of the day and you're talking into your phone about what you're doing, why you love this business, how you just got a few people into your schedule for Friday and you're so excited to help them get started, now you can go back to an old live. You can share that old live into your story. That's maybe your story. Then you can do another one that's unboxing the business builder kit. Do you see what I'm saying? So you guys can go and you can work smarter, not harder. You don't have to keep remaking these things all the time. You can share old content into your stories. Okay. You guys you just made your coffee in the morning or whatever products it is that you're using. And now you can go share a reel that has like the 5 benefits of the coffee in it or something like right after it, because it just gives a little bit more extra content. Now you're working smarter, not harder. Do you see the trend? I'm a person that I don't know what is wrong with me, but I constantly am forgetting the things that I've already done and I'm never repurposing it. And that was something that I had to learn from other leaders in network marketing who are making more money than me. And I was like, how do I make $300,000 a month? Oh, I'm just smarter than I've ever been. I need to be even smarter. Like, awesome. Okay. And then the last tip that I'm going to give you guys is scheduling out your content. That is like so important to me to be able to carry all the things. Cause then I can have literally my world falling apart, but I know my posts are going to post. If you guys, so Facebook's starting to do it. If your Facebook doesn't have it, hopefully it will eventually, and you might just have to copy and paste. Instagram has something called the Meta Business Suite. Okay. It's called the Meta Business Suite. And you just like link your Instagram to it, and you might have to have like a professional mode or something like that. And you're literally able to go into here and click planner and click create, and you can plan a post and you can plan stories. It is free. If you don't know me, I spend money on things, but like I don't like to spend money on unless it's like necessary. Cause in my brain, I'm always thinking about like, can my team do this? Like, can my team spend $75 a month on this? Like, no, that I need to figure out something else. Okay. So you can plan out your stories. You can plan out your posts. If you're going to plan out stories, what I would do when you're looking at your month, because I like to try to plan my content a month and ahead. Maybe you might want to start a week and ahead, like week in advance. It just depends on like if your brain can authentically write something for Wednesday in 2 weeks. If it doesn't feel authentic, then don't do it. I'm not trying to tell you guys to go against what makes sense for you. But let's say I know that next week, Monday, Lennox has a doctor's appointment. Okay. So it's going to be a crazy day. I'm going to be very emotional and it's going to be really stressful and I'm going to be on the edge. So that would be a perfect day for me to go in and grab old stories and post them. Me making my coffee, me using the products, me talking about the business. I'll just go schedule that out. And then it's good. I can just live my best life. I can be the hottest mess in the whole entire world. And it's fine because I'm carrying myself today for then. Maybe that needs to be you all the time. Do it all the time. I don't care. Do it however much you need to do. Just be as smart as you possibly can. So you can schedule your posts for Instagram and for your stories. Your stories are connected to your Facebook, so it will automatically post to that as well. There is an option to where you can have your Instagram posts pushed over to Facebook. The only thing I don't like is when the hashtags show. It like irks me because I think it looks tacky on Facebook, but like that's me being really picky. And now I just have it. So you guys like just keep updating your app. I just got it. When I go to make a post, let me find something. Here's Lennox put a McDonald's soda cup in a beer koozie, and I took a picture of it and sent it to Will. I was like, this is your kid. Anyways, I just hit next, and then it says publish now or schedule later. And then I can actually have it post to Instagram, which is really annoying because I'm not used to that. Okay. So when I post on Facebook, it automatically posts to my Instagram. Yeah, it's like a completely new thing. So it's like reverse. So I know, sorry, you keep asking about my planner and I dropped it. I've used 1,010 different planners. I really just like paper. This is an Erin Condren. I don't know. I have a, this is a Day Designer. This is probably my favorite because there's a lot of space. But if you're somebody who, and you see a lot of space and you feel like you need to fill it, don't get this one because it's not to make you feel bad. It's to empower you. Does that make sense? We're not in the business. What is this? Did you see the funny hot dog post you posted in the Stay Connected chat? No. Was it a video of Lucy? Was it the Snapchat video? Fuck, really? Did that happen? Really? Shut up. Oh, when? Oh, there it is. That was an accident. I'm sweating. There was a little video of. She thought she was a sausage. It's fine. But anyways, okay. So these little things, I know that you guys are hopping off and I'll try to like wrap it up. If you guys have any questions, shoot them out now. I'm sweating, just pick done over perfect, embrace who you are, try to get better in the gaps of your day. Okay. When I drive, I don't listen to music. I try to just listen to like a podcast. I try to listen to something that's going to, grow me. I want to get like better. I get so excited about the most random things. It's just who I am. How many reels do I post a day? I don't do nothing that I do makes sense. I had a social media manager at one point and she said it's really tricky because all of the things that like she would tell people not to do is what I do. So my, oh shit. What am I on account warning for? I got an account warning on my TikTok. What? Yeah. Okay, sorry. Peel. Okay. Submit. Okay, so I post a cluster of like all of the things. I think that it's really important the way that you're going to like, who do I want to enroll? People like me, right? Like moms, probably like 20 to like 35, I guess would be like my target market, I guess. I don't know, right? Just like people. And I think the more that you talk about your story and who you are, the more broad your niche will become and the people who, whatever, right? And so the way that I find my people is to talk about just real normal things. And I think that if any of you guys want to heighten your business and connect to people on a completely different level, the more that you're willing to talk about the things that everybody has, but no one is willing to talk about it, the better off you're going to be. Okay. So I don't care if it's funny single mom content. If it's just funny jokes about you literally like dripping in boob milk and just like, you're just like going crazy. Anything, just anything that is like, if you're going through it or you feel it, everybody else feels it. It's just everybody's too chicken shit to talk about it because everybody else is running around trying to be perfect. Right. And so instead, talk about it and do it in a humorous way. You can talk whatever, but just humanize yourself and you're going to connect to people on such a higher level, because when people feel like they connect with you, they're going to feel like they trust you. And that's important because you're a real human being. You're a real human being. Okay. All right. My daughter's finally asleep. Mine is not. And it's not about being relatable, because I feel like sometimes you need to get off that right now and you need to go lay down. Turn it down. I think that we can get way too strategic about trying to be relatable, because then you're like, I'm being relatable. Okay, what can I do today to be relatable? That's not what it's about. Being relatable is just you being a normal human being. Do you know what I'm saying? What gets you over the hump when you just don't want to work? Rescue ladder. I don't know what that means. So I don't know what rescue ladder means, but I think that every single one of you guys should have a list of what to do when you don't know what to do. I can't tell you how many times when I'm sitting there working and my brain just starts to meander off, and then I'm like, and we're circling back. What are we doing? So when we start to feel overwhelmed, you need to just say, what do I need to do right now? Okay. And that's when I'll be like, I will just go and I will like repost some old TikToks. I'll just start to get things moving. I'm like, I mean, we all have those days. I'll be in like a dopamine drop where I don't want to, but I need to, right? So I will go repost a couple old things. I'll get the ball rolling, maybe post like a giveaway post on my wall, and I'll just start to get the ball moving. I'm stirring up the dust. I'm shaking up the tree. Does that make sense? And stir up the dust. Yeah. And discipline is just doing things regardless of whether you want to or not, whether it brings you joy today or not, and it's hard. It's hard, but you just have that list. So put it in the notes of your phone and just have on there. Okay. What can I do today that I have not done? What should I be doing? And go and just start to do it. Damn, that TikTok really took off too. It had almost 2,000 comments in the last few hours. I think another thing too is like following intuitional hits. So when you have an idea of your head of doing some sort of video or doing something like really funny or whatever, when you do it, it normally takes off really well. That's what normally takes off super, super well for me. I'm struggling getting distributors. So if you are not getting distributors, I will tell you why. You are not talking about being a distributor. You're not talking about your business. You're not bringing the business up to people. You're not sealing the deal, getting to the end of the conversation when you are talking to someone about the business, or you're not following up with people about the business. You're not sharing your story. Where you've been, where you're going right now really doesn't matter. Sharing someone else's story. Are you doing those things? If you're doing those things, you will enroll people. And keeping your network growing. You have to keep your followers growing. So those are some questions to ask yourself. Are you even talking to people about the business? Are you putting yourself into the position of talking to people about the business? Because you're not. You don't, like, you have to. You have to talk to people about it. And I know it's hard, and you ask yourself this too. Am I like quietly self-sabotaging myself because I feel nervous? Like, why in the world would I ever want to enroll someone when I feel like I don't know what I'm doing? It doesn't matter if you're on my team or Jackie's team, we have training set up in place to where you could literally be a new person right now and enroll 10 distributors right now. And they would also be able to be put into the systems and be trained and have support as well. because it's important to be able to hold that. How to go diamond in 2 months, the best tips. Get a chart out, number the boxes, and just tell yourself, I'm coming to the people and the people are coming to me, and just be so intentional about talking to anybody and everybody. Make all the content, do all the things, and do it on repeat. Do what works and only what works. Don't do busy stuff. And then as soon as you help someone get started with this business, be so intentional about helping them go executive. Do three-way chats, do whatever, go live with them, whatever it will be, because sure, you can go diamond by yourself 100%, but you won't be able to maintain diamond by yourself. It's not about you going diamond. It's about you helping someone go emerald, and then emerald's helping 2 people go ruby. Does that make sense? It's really about everybody else. When you were a new distributor, what did you do to grow your network? Listen. When I came in this business, I was riding a dinosaur. This is a completely different situation. I had to by hand add people. Like there was no, this is a different beast. If I was you now, if I got started now, what I would do, because that's what's most relevant when you're to grow your network, if you're not getting customers or distributors, you have to talk about the business and posting random graphics. Okay, let me put it to you this way. If I go to I feel like Facebook is kind of like the standard of where this happens, because I feel like if you're over 28, you're probably a lot on Facebook. Is that fair-ish? Okay. So if you're someone who's over 28 and you're mostly on Facebook, and I go to your page and I have no idea what you look like, you're sharing everybody else's posts and you're not creating your own, and you posted about the cleanse 3 weeks ago. So what's happening is you're a content consumer. You consume content. You're not a maker. So I want you to go from sitting in the restaurant and eating other people's food to becoming the chef. Does that make sense? So I want you to be the content creator. I don't want you to share anybody else's anything. I want to see your face. I want you to go live, even if you think you look crazy. And I want you to show you making your products. Like, how are you going to get better? You got to suck first. We all got to like suck a little bit. You know what I mean? So that's how you're going to get customers, is by posting. And the reason why we post is because who you message is going to go look at your page. So if you're posting, but you're not messaging, you're not going to enroll if you're not in your messages. If you're messaging and you're following up, you're not going to enroll, because you're not posting about it. And we post about what is important to us. You'll post about COVID. You'll post about your kid's first day of school. You'll post about your job that you hate. You'll post about, Candace at work, right? You've got to post about this business. Exactly. And that's how you want it to be. Sarah said, I literally have people come to me telling me that I inspired them. When you get really good at posting, and it takes time, it's just really good at sharing your story. Taking any situation that you possibly can and just, oh my God, I don't even care anymore. It's after 9. It's going to get ugly. I have no manners after 9 p.m. If you can learn how to post about your life in a way where you can truly find the reasons why you are so grateful. And I think that's what's hard. Finding when you feel like you don't have a lot and you're so frustrated because you want more, finding gratitude with what you have right now is the most important thing that you can do, and sharing why you have gratitude for it. And then also why you want more, because if you are not grateful for what you have right now, you will not have more. You will not have more at all. And then if you can learn how to find gratitude in your darkest moments, and that's where you start sharing your story. I don't think I've ever talked about it in this way. Like when I literally made a post of me laying next to a register, like a vent on my ground. And I was crying because I was so grateful for the first time in my whole life to live in a home that had forced heat, like heat that came in the air from a vent and not like electric that was like $1 million. And it meant so much for me. And I was able to find so much gratitude for like the worst point of my life when I felt at my lowest low, because it made me work so hard no matter what to be where I am today, and to have so much gratitude for like the littlest things. The more that you can anything talk about that, the stapler, like whatever, if you can connect in an emotional way with all of the things in your life for gratitude and where you've been, and in a grateful way, and talk about where you're going to connect to people in such a way that when they watch your stuff, they're going to be like, all right, I can't watch you anymore. How do I get started? And that's where you want to be. You want to be in a position to where when people read your stuff, that they feel more crazy to not do what you're doing than to do it. So whenever you're writing something, ask yourself, how does this make me feel when I'm reading this? And if I just see you sharing bread recipes and your profile picture is of like weird flowers and a quote, I don't even know who you are. I can't even connect to your face. You know, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Let me see. Amen. Dude. The Illinois has corn and apple orchards. That's the only thing that I like that came out of Illinois. Let's see, what else? So I'm reading the questions. You can't have a business if you don't talk about your business. Yeah, and the best way to talk about your business is to just be a normal human being using the products. You know what I'm saying? Whoa! You don't have to convince people to use this stuff when you're just a normal human using the things. Just be you, and then like use it and talk about why it's beneficial to you. Why do you like this coffee as a student? Why do you like this coffee as a mom? Why do you like this business as a mom or as someone who works? You know? He got him at Edwards. He sure did. Yep. Wait, Aubrey, where do you live? Do you live where I lived? Weird. Caitlin, is Caitlin still on? She must have gotten off. I was going to ask her if she's ever been there. Wait, where is she at? Caitlin. Yeah, Caitlin, have you ever been there? To Rockford? Okay, so what do I listen to if I struggle? Just being me, feeling like I don't have anything to give. It's not that it's okay, Caitlin, you need to go there. It's in Poplar Grove. You have to go there, Edwards Apple Orchard. You have to go. You have to go. Okay, this is such a good question. So what do I listen to if I struggle just being me? Okay, so knowledge is power, but confidence is a muscle that is built over time from putting yourself out there. So sometimes we just try to learn stuff because we think that if we learn all of this stuff, that it's going to make you strong enough to be able to put yourself out there, and no one will you'll just be perfect then, and there will be no haters and everything will be sunshine and rainbows. And that's just not real. That's not real. So learn things so you grow, but no matter what, you have to put yourself out there. And you have to just be like, I might make mistakes right now. I might say the wrong things, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to just be like, woo! And then I'll do it again tomorrow. And the more that I do it, the better I'll kind of get, and the more comfortable I get. And then eventually you'll just be really good. Does that make sense? I love podcasts. Ed Milet is great. I love Manifestation Babe. I love Jenna Kutcher. Oh my God. Every single one of you guys needs to go on Netflix and you need to search Brene Brown, and you need to watch her show that's on there. It's like a live recording of one of her conferences. I watched that on my birthday. My birthday was last week, Wednesday. I watched it and I like was sobbing so hard I couldn't even eat my food because it literally hit me so like, holy crap. Like she talked about stuff in ways, I think confidence and fear. She talked about it in ways that I've never heard it. And I've spent like a lot of money on coaches and I've done the courses and I've read the books and I've never done anything of hers because there's a lot of people and I've never heard anybody talk about the stuff that she talked about. And it literally was the best birthday gift that I've ever given to myself. It was absolutely incredible. That question literally hits me because I've been so low to where I thought, why the fuck would anybody want me? But I poured into working. Okay. If ever you guys feel like crap or you feel like a crappy leader or a crappy person, go message 5 people, whether or not they're even going to see it, and tell them why you appreciate them. I don't know why, but it like totally just, I don't care if it's your spouse, just tell one of your kids you love them. Whenever I've gotten to a place where I'm just like, no one cares about me and we kind of like start to feel sorry for ourselves, I think it's just, I think it's old wounds. I don't think it's a now thing. I think it's just old feelings from, you know, once upon a time that we're really just having this like overwhelming PTSD and it's creeping up. Yes, your confidence will grow through the actions that you're doing. Stop focusing on the outcome and just start focusing on doing the thing. Yep. God, that special was so good. Thank you. My birthday was August 31st. Thank you. Literally everybody forgot, even Facebook. It was really weird. Is that Netflix USA because we have Canadian Netflix? What? That's a thing? It's like a different Netflix? What? Okay, well, I would just go look it up maybe on YouTube. What if I have a half of one more donut? Is that okay? Okay. Yep, it is. It's a thing. Yeah, man. The only thing I think you guys got going for you right now is that healthcare. And even that sounds like not that great when you try to make an appointment. But, and it's beautiful there. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Did any of you guys learn something? Everyone leaving. I could never leave. Oh, thanks. Yeah, go ahead. You can go. I'm on a roll. This is stuff I'm really passionate about because I sincerely struggled once we had Lennox, because having 2 kids was like 4 kids and then having 3 kids was like 7 kids. And I don't even know how anybody has any more kids than that because I would just be so, and I think too, guys, the other thing, biggest tip, everybody who left, sucks for them. You've got to listen to yourself. When my brain starts to get like completely overstimulated and I just like start to shut down. How do I say this? Because I think there's a fine line. There's a fine line when I say this. Don't resist when your body is telling you need to like take a moment, because the more you resist that, then when I finally do give in, I have like a complete meltdown and I'm like, not okay. Come here, you want a bite? I have a meltdown and then I'm like ruined for like 4 days. But if I was just tapped out, overwhelmed, she's okay. If I was tapped out and overwhelmed and the kids were crazy and I'm just like PMSing and I literally just like wish I could just bleed so I could like get it over with and like live my life and I need to go to bed early. Love you. I don't care if it's 9:30. I will take melatonin. I will go tuck myself in. I will go tell Will to shut Grey's Anatomy off, or I'm literally going to like suffocate him in his sleep. Not really, please, someone don't quote me on that. And I will go to bed and I will wake up tomorrow so grateful that I listened to myself. But if I had not listened to myself in that moment, it would have ruined me for like days, because I would have tried to like push myself and I would have just imploded, and we're trying to like avoid imploding and exploding. But in the same token, you can't tell me, Jade, I don't know, girl, because like every day is a hard day for me. Well, then like you need to organize yourself and like meal prep and You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. There's a fine line because there's someone who's going to abuse that. And I hate that. Don't abuse it. Oh, you drove from San Antonio to nice. Okay. I'm here at your service. Did anybody else listen to Delilah After Dark when they were a kid? Delilah. Nobody? Okay. Maybe it's just like an Illinois thing. Yes, love someone tonight. Let me see. Okay. Yes, you have to listen to your intuition. This isn't like I need to pray for it and wait for an answer thing. Like you literally, you like just listen to your body. Like if your body is like unwell, you know, and I think everybody's like threshold of wellness is totally different. My threshold of wellness at one child was so much, I could handle so much more. It's tricky, man. It's very, very tricky. Just depending on your circumstances. So the trickier your circumstances are, the more clever and smart you have to be with what you're doing to be able to win and make it. You can. You just have to be really, really clever. What's your daily list? I like post. I make content. I've been doing this for a really long time. And so whenever I listen to my intuition, at this point, I tend to have most people coming to me unless my algorithm's like totally messed up. Like my Facebook got messed up last month. So that like really messed up some of my host to post game. And so I'm just boosting it with reels. I just had a TikTok takeoff that had like almost 2,000 comments on it in like just a few hours. And so all of those people will come to me. So I try to put myself in a position to where I'm making content to good night, I love you, to where people are coming to me. Every single one of you guys has the ability to do that. You just have to put yourself in the position to do. Are you okay? Is it itching? Let me see. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Are you on Facebook or Instagram more? Okay. I'll give you stuff. I'm on all of them the same because I'm posting the same content on everything. So it's very easy to, you know what I'm saying? What should I do if my reels get a ton of views, but only 1 or 2 new followers? Call to action. Tell people to follow you. Tell them to follow you. This was awesome. My husband keeps walking in and give me a look. So he just wants to get some. That's okay. I'm sure my husband does too. Okay. All right, guys. It's 9:30. I love you all so much. Let me know what you learned. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a great night.